Alright, we're back. Yes, one minute, let me just sort my camera out quickly. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened there. Like I say, I'm a bit of a noob when it comes to the streaming and stuff like that. That's why I got my mate Steve that does the YouTube, does the filming with me and that. Yes. So, yeah. Yes. Right, can you see my table okay? I think that's alright. Let's see if it's all good. Yeah, there we go, perfect. Right, yeah, sorry about that. So as I was saying, with the turkey cram, I'm going to brine it. So in here, 2 litres of water. Let's move that over here so I can actually see what you are saying. Now Amy's buggered off. So yeah, 2 litres of water, 100 grams of sugar, some thyme, garlic. I've got some orange in there. I'm going to put a little bit of soy sauce in there. Looking for some star anise, I know I've got some in here somewhere. Or have I? Have I used it all? I think I've used it all. No, never mind. Oh, there it is. So yeah, I'm going to put 1 star anise, pop that in now. And then nice big turn of black pepper. And again, you can add whatever you want to your brine, whatever sort of flavours you like. If you want to add some juniper berries, if you want to add some whole peppercorns, white, black, coriander seeds, whatever sort of flavours that you're into. And I like to add just a little splash of soy sauce. It just gives it a little bit more of a seasoning, you know, gets a little bit more flavour into the turkey. But again, it's whatever's good for you guys. You know, whatever you like, whatever you don't like, add it, don't add it, absolutely not a problem. So, just going to turn one of these rings on quickly. And like I say, all you're going to do with this is bring it up to the boil, simmer it 5-10 minutes, take it off, let it go completely cold, and then put the whole turkey inside the water once it's cold. Leave that in your fridge overnight, and then tomorrow, like I say, take it out, drain it off, pan fry it, roast it. Done. Cool. So, let's get rid of all this. Gosh, you see, it's down in my kitchen, there's shit everywhere. Looking for my peeler. There it is. So I've had a lot of messages the last couple of days, which is great, not a problem, about how to do honey roasted parsnips. And I kind of cheat. I don't really think it's cheating, it's just a different way of doing it, I guess. When I do my parsnips, I don't actually roast them in the oven. So what I'll do is I'll show you the way I prep my parsnips and my carrots, and then basically what I do is I put them in a pan of boiling water, put them in, cook them until they're about a third to half cooked, so they're still, you know, got quite a bite in the middle. Take them off, run them under cold water, get them nice and cold, and then they're ready to go. Instead of putting them into a tray and roasting them in the oven, what I do is get a frying pan, and I lay the carrots and the parsnips in the frying pan and roast them off in a pan so they get nice and golden. Flip them over, the other side goes nice and golden. Then once they're done, get a nice big bit of honey in there, get some flaked almonds, get some parsley, whatever you want in there, fry them about, put them into a dish, done. They don't actually go in the oven because I find that if you put them in the oven, they have a tendency of burning, or they just don't roast evenly, and you know, they just don't go very nice, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's how I'm doing my carrots and my parsnips. So, 20p bags of Mazdas, 20p a bag, can you believe that? Absolute bargain. I'm going to do 3 parsnips because it's only going to be me, Amy and the boys. A couple of carrots. Save the rest for the guinea pigs. So yeah, what we're going to do, let's do the carrots first. Sorry. So yeah, what you're going to do with your carrots, top and tail them, so take the roots and all that bit off. You peel them first, you can peel them after. Poach your boats, make sure, get rid of all that. I'll save all this for my guinea pigs. So yeah, Get them nicely peeled. I'm just going to keep all these peelings, all these trimmings for the guinea pigs. They'll absolutely smash through this when they get back from the vets. Kelly, if you're still watching, can you let me know if the comments are still working that? If anyone's got any questions about this, let me know. I know a few people have been asking. Same with the castings. With these though, that little rooty bit there, we're just going to get rid of that because that's just going to overcook and go a bit nasty. Got them turn them. There we go. Same with the castings. Peel them. Ah, nice one. Thanks, Kel. Cheers, darling. Almost feels like being back at work then. Well, this is great fun. Maybe a little less refined, but still good to be doing some good cooking. Right, all nice peeled, lovely, ready to go. So what I'm going to do with these, I'm not going to boil them or cook them today, I'm going to do the cooking with them tomorrow. I'm just going to prep them and keep them in some containers overnight and then cook them tomorrow. So with the carrots, I'm literally going to cut them in half lengthways and cut them in half that way. And I'm literally going to leave them like that. So it's literally half a carrot. And then like I say, you're going to pan of boiling water, seasoned really well. Drop these in 3 or 4 minutes, keep checking them. You know, if they've got a little bit of softness and they've got a bit of bite, take them out, straight into cold water, chill them down. Then next all you're going to do is that nice flat side, you're going to put that, let's get a frying pan. Yeah, so once you've got these all cut, they've been boiled, you've taken them out, you've run them under cold water, they've all gone nice and cold, you've taken them out, you've drained them off, you're going to get a nice frying pan, you're going to get it nice and hot, a little bit of oil in there, and then all you're going to do is lay the carrots in the pan like that. And how big you can, as you should be able to get quite a few in there. If you can't, it's not going to do well. And then you're going to pan fry them like that. And then when they're nice and golden on that bottom side, you're going to flip them over and do exactly the same thing. And then when you've got them all nice and roasted either side, just get a nice spoonful of honey, drizzle it all over them, shake them up, put them straight into the dish. And you can do exactly the same with the parsnips. So what you do with these, you'll cut these in half. If you want to cut them smaller, that's absolutely fine, it's not a problem. These big ones here, I'm going to cut these in half. I'm going to cut these into quarters. And then that root bit there, that's in the middle, just going to take that out, trim out that bit there. These will take a lot longer these will take a lot less to cook than your carrots. Because obviously they're not as solid, so you won't need to boil these as long, you won't need to pan fry these as long. If you've got nice thick ones, you can take that bottom half off, keep that like that, cut the big top bit into half, and then take the root out. So exactly the same with these. Into a pan of boiling water, 3 or 4 minutes till they're just soft, and then basically what you'll do is you'll put these in a pan like that, the flat side down or the curvy side down, whichever floats your boat, put them in there, get them nice and roasted off and nice and golden on one side, flip them over, nice and roasted and golden on the other side. Big spoonful of honey, you can put some thyme in there, some garlic, knob of butter, whatever you would normally do that. But like I say, and then once they're all cooked, put them into a nice dish ready to serve. Bob's Uncle. Just don't put too much honey in there because it'll just caramelise and burn. So be quite, put the honey in there, That's the last bit you want to do. Make sure they're all nice and roasted, they're all ready to go, bit of honey in there, that's it. Sweeten that. Any questions on any of that veg so far? Is everyone cool with that? And then the other veggies that we are having tomorrow is Brussels sprouts, and Amy likes a bit of Swede mash. So with the Swede mash, I'm literally going to top and tail it, peel it, cut it up into really, really small pieces, the smaller you can get it, into a pan of water, cook it until it's really soft, and then smash it up. But again, something like that, again, it's entirely up to you guys how you do it. And then normally, if we'd have people round, I would do more veg. I'd do things like cauliflower cheese, maybe some broccoli, but there's only the 4 of us, and to be honest, you know, everyone goes a bit crazy at Christmas. I don't want to go too much more crazy. I think we've got plenty of food. So if anyone wants any questions on a good cauliflower cheese or other ways of doing vegetables and stuff like that, let me know, give me a message, it's not a problem. I'd say with your vegetables, most of your vegetables, green vegetables, soft vegetables and stuff like that, make sure the water is absolutely boiling before you put the veg in, and make sure that the water is well seasoned. So yeah, last but not least, Brussels sprouts. So what you're going to do with these is take the end of the Brussels sprout off, take off a few of the outer leaves, and then just cut them in half like that. If you don't want to cut them in half, if you want to leave them quite whole, again take the bottom off, take a few of the outer leaves off, and then just crisscross the root, and that will help them cook more evenly. What I'm going to do with these is I'm going to pan of boiling water, plenty of salt, put them in there 2 or 3 minutes, take them out so they've still got quite a nice bit of bite to them. Hot frying pan, drain them off really, really well, put them into get a hot frying pan. I'm going to put some chopped bacon, which I've got these little packet of chopped up bacon. I'm going to put that into the frying pan, get that nice and golden, then chuck in all the Brussels sprouts and a load of flaked almonds, get all that toasted off, nice knob of butter, and then again just put that into the dish, ready to serve. Really, really simple. Cool. So I'm only going to, again, it's only me and Amy that are going to eat these Brussels sprouts. I don't think either of the boys are going to eat them, so I'm only going to prep a few of these, just enough for the pair of us. And I might try and trick Alfie or Jamie to eat one, but we'll see how they go. Who have we got watching, guys? It says there's 6 of you that are watching. Who's that? Probably still Kelly. Who else is watching? Talk to me in the chat, guys. I'll be on my own. Amy's taking the guinea pigs to the vet, and the kids are upstairs probably smashing the place up. So. What else does everyone like doing for Christmas dinner then? What other things do you guys like to do? What are your little traditions and things that you cook at Christmas, that you only cook at Christmas? What are your little tricks and stuff like that? Yeah, Amy's sitting in the vet's watching me. Hurry up, you. Got more washing up to do, Amy. Amy, is that enough Brussels for us, though, do you think? I'll do a few more. For the guinea pigs. Like I say, all the decorating of the shortbreads and stuff like that, I think we'll do that with the kids off camera. And carrot and Swede mashed together, yeah, that's a good one, that's a lovely one. They work really well together, they do. So just make sure you cook your carrots and your Swedes, make sure they're really soft. Nice little bit of pepper, nice bit of, well, it's Christmas, but you know, carrots and Swedes and that, they go well with a nice little bit of cumin. So if you wanted to put a little bit of cumin powder in there at the beginning, that'll make that up. I'm going to put that tomorrow. Cool. So I think the last thing I'm going to go to, guys, before I go, is a bit I'm going to cut out. So yeah, this is my pot for my slow cooker. Ooh, shit. So yeah, can you see that okay? Just move that over a little bit. Have you done your Yorkshires? Oh no, I'm going to do that next. Nice one, eh? So in here, you can see the vegetables that they're not got enough colour just yet. We're going to take them a lot darker than that. We're going to get them right roasted off. So probably what I'll do is do Yorkshire puddings, and then we'll do the stock for the gravy a little bit later. And as you can see, the bones, they're roasting up lovely. Got lots of juice in there. That's all going to evaporate as they're roasting. So you get them nice and dark. So yeah, we'll come back to that in a minute. So, eggs, self-frozen flour. I haven't got no baking powder. Oh, laptop's just gone for good. I haven't got no baking powder, but it's not the end of the world. Self-frozen will be absolutely fine. Eggs, milk. Saying that Amy's not here, I've got to try and fucking hand it up. There it is. So yeah, like I said, with the Yorkshire puddings, however much mixture you want to make, always start off with your eggs. Well, I tend to start off with the eggs anyway. So, again, it's only been aiming with the kids, so I think we'll go with 2 eggs. 1, 2. So, 2 eggs in a glass, mug, beaker, whatever you want, absolutely fine. Then, exactly the same amount in volume of milk. There we go. And the same amount in flour. Can you my neighbour's not sticking to the rules? You want to put that side? So then, what you do, equal amounts, that's it. Put your milk and your eggs into a jug, you'll blend them together, and then blend the flour into that. This one's like a kettle. Blend your flour and milk, so you mix your milk, add your flour, like I say, if you are making your own Yorkshires, it would definitely be better to make your mix today and leave it in the fridge. Done. So then all we're going to do now is where have I hidden the cling film? Oh. So just going to cling film this, leave it in the fridge overnight, and then tomorrow we'll pour it back into that jug, mix it up again, and then pour that into your Yorkshire pudding tray. Like I said, make sure your Yorkshire pudding tray, nice Yorkshire pudding tray, I'd say about a third to half fill it with oil, put that into it, like each one with oil, put that into the oven, get it nice and hot, take it out, leave it for a couple of seconds, and then just pour this in a little bit at a time into the Yorkshire pudding trays. You want to fill it up about a third to halfway with the mix. You should get nice big Yorkshire puddings, so fingers crossed. I was telling Sarah earlier today though, you know, always find Yorkshire puddings can be a little bit hit and miss, you know. Different eggs, different flour, different milk. They drive me insane sometimes. You know, I stick to exactly the same recipe, and Amy will back me up on this. Sometimes we get the most beautiful, like, huge Yorkshire puddings. Do exactly the same recipe with something slightly different, like different butter or different milk or different eggs or something like that, and I don't know, for whatever reason, they just don't seem to rise as much sometimes. It's not the end of the world, it's Yorkshire pudding at the end of the day. You know, if you don't want to make Yorkshire pudding, there's absolutely nothing wrong with going and buying ready-made ones at the shop. Do you know what I mean? You're feeding lots and lots of people. You like me, I've only got a little kitchen with a little oven. You know, sometimes it's just not possible to cook everything yourself from scratch because you just physically haven't got enough space. You know, you've got to bear in mind some of the restaurants and some of the places I've worked in, you know, I've got 4 ovens in my kitchen alone, and 2 of them have got like 6 or 8 racks in each oven, so I can cook loads at once. So if you haven't got space to do all this and it's just easier to buy Yorkshire puddings already done, no one cares. It's your dinner. As long as you like it, that's all that matters. So that's the Yorkshire puddings. So I think other than gravy, I think that's all I was going to do today. Unless anyone else has got anything they'd like to know, any suggestions, anything they want to ask, or any questions, or anything they want to look at, please let me know in the chat, and I can either do it or show you or go through it with you now. So, go back to the mince pies. I'm just going to lay out what we've done really. You can see the sausage rolls have been absolutely terrorised. So yeah, sausage rolls, they were lovely. So now your mince pies have cooled down a little bit, you should. To be honest, I might have let these go too cold that the butter started to set and then I'm going to turn out. That's a good sign. There we go. I think I have done that. I've let them cool down. I've let them cool down too much so that the butter and the pastry started to go cold, so I'm just going to give them 30 seconds, a minute in the oven, warm them back up, and then they should be able to slide straight out of the dishes. So, the brine has come up to the boil. Literally all I'm going to do with that now is take it off the heat, and I'm just going to let it go cold. It'll take a little while, but just going to let it go completely cold. Once it's cold, I'm going to pop that whole turkey in that water and then put that in the fridge and leave that overnight. And then tomorrow morning, I'll take it out of the water, drain it off really well. Like I say, stuff a load of butter underneath the skin, pan fry it, put it onto some vegetables, put it in a tin, roast it in the oven. Give it a couple of hours, get it done. Best way to check if it's done, where that wishbone is at the back, just cut into that as if you were carving it off the bone. Just put it back and check it. If it looks like it's a little bit pink, or you think that's a little bit under, tin foil it, give it another couple of minutes, half hour in the oven. Be absolutely fine. These sausage rolls are lovely. I haven't had drawers sweating in here. Fingers crossed. Yeah, there we go. Look at that now. Yeah, that's all that was. The tray had gone cold. Yeah, look at that. Let's see. Turning out beautifully. There we go. And again, you guys, if you're doing these at home, you know, Sarah, I have seen that you've tagged me in a picture. I will look at that shortly. You know, if you're making these at home for your friends and your family and stuff like that, it's not a mince pie competition. Just have fun making them. That's all it's about, having a bit of fun with your friends and your family and your kids and your missus and whoever you're cooking with, it's just about having fun. Don't take it too seriously. If they break up, fuck it, who cares? It's a mince pie. As long as you can still eat it, it's not going to be unedible. You know, if all your filling falls out the side or the pastry breaks up like the sausage roll splitting, it's not a competition, it's not the end of the world. You're eating them, they're still going to taste absolutely savage, they're going to taste amazing. So a little bit of a busted sausage roll or mince pie that goes a little bit wonky, not the end of the world. Really, really not the end of the world. So yeah, there's the mince pies, guys. You know, better than what you can get at fucking Tesco's. And then all you want to do is get a little bit of icing sugar, dust them with a bit of icing sugar, Bob's your uncle. That's it, sweet as hell. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. Unless anyone's got any questions, has anyone got anything else they want to ask? So with the gravy, sorry, I'm stuck in my phone. Right, so with the gravy, all these bones, lovely and roasted, full of flavour, full of goodness. Literally, lift them out of the tray. You don't want to get too much fat in there. What you'll do as well, when you bring this up to the simmer in the slow cooker, you'll get like a load of this scum come to the top every now and then. As long as it's not, do not boil it, because you'll boil that back into the stock and then it'll go really fatty and greasy. Try and get a ladle and skim as much of that off as you can, especially when you're reducing it as well. So you're going to take all these bones in here, into this stock pot, or slow cooker. Again, if you haven't got a slow cooker, nice big saucepan, exactly the same thing. Put it in a saucepan, fill it up with water, just put it on a simmer. If you haven't got a slow cooker and you don't want to leave it on all night, that's absolutely fine. Put it on first thing in the morning, put it on this evening. Take a couple of hours, you can leave it on as little or as long as you like. Obviously, the longer you leave it on, the more flavour you'll get. You know, if you don't leave it on all night, it's not the end of the world. Don't panic. All the liquid and fat and stuff like that is in the bottom of this tray. That's no good. You want to get rid of all that. But any sediment or any roasting that's at the bottom of the tray, just scrape that off. Get that in there as well, because that is all flavour. Same with the vegetables. Once these are all roasted off, pop them in there as well. Once you drain this liquid off tomorrow, if you're thinking, shit, that is a lot of turkey stock, I'm not going to make that into gravy. Once you've reduced it down, it'll take quite a lot of time to reduce down, so you won't get as much out of it as you'll think. If you do have a lot of liquid left, chill it down, freeze it. You can use it for sauces, you can for soups, it's just turkey stock. If you haven't got chicken stock to add to this, just fill it up with water. Just fill this up with water, put it in your slow cooker, put it in your pan, bring it to the boil. All that flavour will make lovely gravy. So instead of having gravy granules to water to make your gravy, you've got all this juice and all this flavour instead of using just plain water. I did, however, where is she in it? Put it back to the top. I just bought one bag of chicken stock. I'm going to use this and then I'm just going to top the rest up with water, which is fine. So, all that chicken stock in there like that. That will go in there like that. Where's the pot? I'm going to take a whole garlic. Again, with the garlic, if you wanted to roast this off with the vegetables, fine. It gives you a bit more of a stronger flavour if you don't, but it swings and roundabouts. Chuck all that in there. All that's fine in there. Lovely. Again, at this point, if you want to add any other spices or any other bits and pieces, it's entirely up to you guys, whatever you like having with your dinner. You could put some star anise in there, you could put some juniper berries, you could put fucking whatever you want. It's your gravy. Go nuts. But me, I'm just going to keep it nice and simple. So I'm going to fill the rest of this up with water now. I'm going to chuck it on the stock pot, on the slow cooker, put it on high, bring it up. Once it's simmering, turn it down to a medium heat. And I'm just going to literally leave that on all night. I'm going to get up in the morning, come down, drain it off, keep all the liquid get rid of all the bones and rubbish. Then that liquid, I'm going to pass that through a sieve to get out all the little bits and pieces you can. If you haven't got a sieve and you've only got like a colander, maybe get some like a tea towel or some J cloths or some blue paper towel or white paper towel or kitchen towel, whatever. Line that in your colander, pour all your stuff in there, all the liquid will come through, you'll get a nice clear liquid. Put that back into the saucepan, reduce that, just bring it down nice and slowly, all the stuff that comes to the top, skim all that off. If it gets to tea time and you're thinking, my gravy's a little bit watery, it's a little bit pissy, get some gravy granules in there. That's exactly what I'm going to do, because, you know, when I make this at work, we make 30 great big saucepans, we make 60, 70 litres of the stuff, and we bring it right down to a gravy, to a jus, like a really thick jus. Out of a 60 litre pot, we'll probably get a litre of really sticky jus that we would garnish our dishes with. So don't panic if it's still a little bit watery, bit of gravy granules in there, you'll be absolutely fine, you'll be flying with it, it'll be absolutely good, no problem whatsoever. Right, so I'm going to put that on next. And then I think, Merry Christmas, Rafa, good to hear from you, buddy. I think that's it. So we've done the sausage rolls, the mince pies, oh, the shortbreads. I'm gonna cook the shortbreads later because the kids are going crazy at the moment, and I'm gonna cook the shortbreads later. You know, most of you should know how to, you know, cooking a shortbread. You know, once you take them out of the oven for 20 minutes, put them in there. You want to get them nice and golden, but you don't want to overcook them so they just fall apart. But you know, cook them just enough. And then I'm literally gonna let them go cold. And I've literally bought. I've got some little white icing. I've got some of these food colour gels and all this sort of stuff. You know, I'm just literally gonna let the kids take some of the shortbreads, they've got to decorate them, whatever they do, we'll take some pictures of and I'll post them up later. So I prepped the vegetables, so I've given you some tips on prepping the vegetables, I've done the turkey legs, the turkey crown, the gravy. I think that's it. I think I've been streaming for long enough now. What's the time? It's 3 o'clock. We started at 12:30, that's 2.5 hours, split over two things. I think we'll call it a day there. Yeah, cool. Right, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for shares and likes and comments and all this, that and the other. I hope everyone has an absolutely smashing Christmas and a good New Year. If anyone needs anything, someone to talk to, or you know, got any questions about any food or anything like that, you know, you're on my Facebook, you've got my messages, you can message me. Most of you have probably got my number, you can give me a call, reach out and have a chat. I'm always here for anyone, so if anyone needs anything, just give me a call. Other than that, yeah, have a smashing Christmas, and I'll speak to you all. Oh, actually, quickly, me and Steve are going to start doing these again in January, but obviously we have to wait to see what the COVID rules are with, you know, him coming back around my house and stuff like that. So as soon as we find out what's going on with that, I'll let you lot know. But if not, it'll probably be similar sort of streams to this. All right. So anyway, have a Merry Christmas, guys. All the best, and I'll speak to you in the New Year. Take care. Bye.